Is it time to buy or sell QQQ ETF? In this video, we're diving deep into QQQ. Our initial report was published on our website on Monday, the 22nd of September 2025, and now we're here to provide you with an even more detailed analysis. Remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell to stay updated on our latest analysis. You don't want to miss any crucial updates that could impact your investments. Enhance your trading decisions by trying our newly launched AI stock analysis tool powered by GPT-4 at StockInvest.us. Tap into the power of AI and receive free price predictions and deep analysis for any one among 45,000 companies worldwide today. Please note that this video is for informational purposes only and should not be considered as financial advice. Since the 3rd of September 2025, our system has ranked QQQ as a hold or accumulate, assigning it a score of 0. Let's examine the performance of the ETF during this time frame. In this period, the ETF has exceeded our expectations, achieving a gain of 5.64% since we first suggested purchasing QQQ 14 days ago. This equates to an average return of 0.4% per day since it was categorized as hold or accumulate. A score of 0 signifies that our system predicts significant volatility and risk for the upcoming trading day. In light of the latest developments, we are unable to ascertain the next direction of the ETF, as it could fluctuate in either direction. The exchange-traded fund has broken through the narrow and weak short-term rising trend, indicating an even stronger upward trajectory ahead. For any potential pullback, there is now support at the ceiling of the current broken trend, at the price of $599.48. This level may present a second opportunity to make significant gains. According to the fan theory, $623.41 will be the next possible peak level, serving as a resistance that might not be surpassed on the first attempt. The current 3-month trend suggests a potential change of 8.05% over the next 3 months, with a possible return ranging from 3.27% to 7.56%. Looking at the longer term, our 12-month analysis indicates a projected change of 14.97%. Based on our calculations, the stock's performance could vary from a decline of 13.91% to an increase of 11.64% over the next year. In practical terms, this would position the future price somewhere between $518.40 and $672.29. Our latest daily update for QQQ features the headline, Green Day on Monday for QQQ. The QQQ ETF price increased by nearly 0.5% on the last trading day, which was Monday, the 22nd of September, 2025. The price rose from $599.35 to $602.20. This marks the third consecutive day of gains. It will be interesting to see if this upward trend continues or if it takes a short pause in the coming days. On the last trading day, the ETF fluctuated by 0.8%, with a low of $597.72 and a high of $602.87. The price has increased in 8 out of the last 10 days and is up by over 4% over the past 2 weeks. Notably, trading volume decreased on the last day by 1 million shares, with a total of 57 million shares changing hands, amounting to approximately $34 billion and 12 million. It is important to note that declining volume alongside rising prices may indicate divergence and could serve as an early warning of potential changes in the coming days. Over the past 52 weeks, the highest price of the ETF was $602.87, while the lowest price reached $402.39. Currently, the price sits just 0.1% or 67 cents below the 52-week high of $602.87, which also represents the all-time high for the ETF. QQQ is navigating a landscape influenced by two significant forces, a more accommodating policy and the ongoing revaluation driven by artificial intelligence. The Federal Reserve's recent cut of 25 basis points, along with indications of further easing, has heightened the appetite for growth. This scenario provides a near-term advantage for QQQ, which is heavily weighted towards Nasdaq, as lower rates enhance discount rates and encourage investors to gravitate towards higher growth companies. Concurrently, discussions surrounding artificial intelligence, including prominent exchange-traded fund launches and thematic rotations, as well as cautionary notes regarding a potential AI bubble, are increasing variability within the index. This suggests that short-term gains could be magnified, but so could volatility. Inflows into themes related to artificial intelligence and cybersecurity can rapidly elevate constituent stocks. However, a decline in demand or a reevaluation of valuations could severely impact QQQ due to its concentration in technology. Over the longer term, sustainable adoption of artificial intelligence and consistent growth in cloud computing and software could support returns for the largest holdings within QQQ. Nonetheless, the concentration and high valuations present risks on the downside, especially when compared to a more balanced or sector-diversified investment strategy. Investors should prepare for more pronounced cyclical fluctuations in QQQ over the coming months, along with greater performance variability among its components over the next several years. Analyst ratings. On Monday, July 21, 2025, it was reported that UBS assigned QQQ a mixed grade with a hold action. On Wednesday, July 9, 2025, it was reported that UBS assigned QQQ a hold grade with a hold action. On Wednesday, July 9, 2025, it was reported that Benchmark assigned QQQ an outperform grade with a hold action. On Thursday, June 26, 2025, it was reported that Benchmark assigned QQQ a negative grade with a hold action. On Tuesday, June 10, 2025, it was reported that Benchmark assigned QQQ a mixed grade with a hold action. The following signals have been identified for QQQ. The QQQ ETF holds buy signals from both short and long-term moving averages, suggesting a positive outlook for the ETF. Additionally, there is a general buy signal indicated by the relationship between the two averages, where the short-term average is positioned above the long-term average. During any downward corrections, there will be some support from the levels of $593.77 and $577.28. A breakdown below either of these levels will trigger sell signals. A buy signal was generated from a pivot bottom point on Tuesday, September 2, 2025, and so far it has increased by 6.47%. Further gains are expected until a new top pivot is established. Moreover, there's a buy signal from the 3-month Moving Average Convergence Divergence, or MACD. Notably, volume decreased during the last trading day, even as prices rose. This creates a divergence between volume and price, which may serve as an early warning. The ETF should be monitored closely. Here are some other signals you might find interesting. Moving Average Convergence Divergence, buy signal. Pivots, buy signal from 15 days ago. Bollinger, buy signal from 1 day ago. Short-term moving average, buy signal from 14 days ago. Long-term moving average, sell signal from 16 days ago. If we look at the 12-month chart, we see short moving average, buy signal from 14 days ago. Long-term moving average, buy signal from 93 days ago. The relationship between the short and long moving averages, buy signal from 84 days ago. Remember to visit our page at StockInvest.us if you want to find more signals. Support, risk, and stop loss for QQQ. QQQ finds support from accumulated volume at $590. This level may present a buying opportunity, as an upward reaction is expected when the support is tested. Generally, this exchange-traded fund tends to exhibit controlled movements, and with its strong liquidity, the risk associated with this ETF is considered very low. Over the last day, the ETF fluctuated $5.15 between its high and low, representing a movement of 0.86%. For the past week, the ETF's daily average volatility stood at 0.82%. Before we dive into the potential favorable trading levels for QQQ, let's briefly discuss some important fundamental data. First, we have the price-to-earnings ratio, commonly referred to as the PE ratio. This important metric assesses a company's current share price in relation to its earnings per share. A relatively low PE ratio may indicate diminished expectations for the company's future or that the exchange-traded fund is undervalued, which could suggest a potential buying opportunity. Now let's discuss some potential day trading levels for QQQ. There's no significant resistance from accumulated volume above, which means the exchange-traded fund could move upward swiftly under the right conditions. In this scenario, you might consider entering a position and using volume to determine when to exit. On the downside, QQQ encounters its first support level at $590. If this support level holds, it could represent a favorable entry point, anticipating a rebound. Our recommended stop loss is set at $579.29, representing a decline of 3.8%. This exchange-traded fund exhibits very low daily movements, resulting in a minimal risk profile. The relative strength index over a 14-day period stands at 96, which significantly heightens the risk. Additionally, there is a buy signal indicated by a pivot bottom identified 14 days ago. Is the QQQ ETF a good buy? QQQ presents several positive signals. However, we do not find these sufficient to recommend it as a buy at this time. Currently, it should be seen as a hold candidate, meaning one should either hold or accumulate shares while waiting for further developments. After analyzing the volatility and movements from the last trading day, our systems indicate that the current price is overvalued. For trading on Tuesday, the 23rd of September, we anticipate that QQQ will open lower by $1.27, starting at $600.93. We remind you that trading involves a high risk of losing money and that you should consult a financial advisor before buying or selling any securities. Your investment decisions should not be based solely on information from StockInvest.us. By using this information, you acknowledge and accept responsibility for your own investment choices. This is our current view of the exchange-traded fund. Do you agree or disagree? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. What is your target for the exchange-traded fund? Remember to like and subscribe. We wish you successful trading and hope you have a beautiful day. With regards from all of us here at StockInvest.